morning. Welcome back. Time to shine. Time for a little take your pick. And we got a standing ovation here in studio. Congratulations to Will Brinson. Wins the regular season. Look, my record was great. Will Brinson, super great. Which leads us to the picks for Super Wild Card Weekend in the National Football League. And Will, let's pick all these Sunday games first, and let's have some fun, because I can't wait for this ball game, especially based upon what Juju Smith-Schuster had to say to start this segment. Will, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're at home. They're favored by 6 points, taking on the Cleveland Browns. Will Brinson, take your pick.
All right, so this game, when it was announced that Kevin Stefanski was going to miss the game because of COVID, the head coach and one key player who ended up being Joel Bitonio, their all-pro, Pro Bowl interior lineman, a key cog to their run game. If the line comes off the board at -5 and it comes back on at -6, what am I missing here? Kevin Stefanski and an all-pro lineman and one of the best run guys out there are worth 1 point to the line? Something stinks, and I don't care. I'm hammering the Steelers here. I know Juju's giving them bulletin board material, but it's not like Stefanski can FaceTime the players during the game and let them know to get more motivated. This is a bad spot for Baker Mayfield and the Browns. If they get down, Baker has to throw a bunch. Minka Fitzpatrick gets loose. Steelers roll in this one, Adam.
I love the Cleveland Browns, Will Brinson, and I'm going to take you a step further. I am picking the Cleveland Browns to win the game. Sure, not having Kevin Stefanski, I don't want to minimize. That's a big deal. Great head coach, tremendous play caller. And then you see Bitonio, you referenced him. I voted him first team All-Pro, was literally going to go head-to-head with Cam Haywood, and that's obviously a big deal. Juju, what the hell was that? That can't happen. You haven't learned from dancing on logos. Listen, I think Baker's going to play well. Jarvis Landry, that's a foxhole guy. That's a guy I want on my team. That guy plays big for Cleveland. I think Myles Garrett's going to have a huge ball game. Ben Roethlisberger, still a 38-year-old quarterback who's coming off a major elbow surgery, who played horrible football down the stretch. Devin Bush is not walking through that door. Bud Dupree's not walking through that door. They can't run the ball a lick in Pittsburgh. That run game for Cleveland is amazing. Upset special. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns to win the game. All right, Will Brinson. We've got the Baltimore Ravens on the road in Tennessee, and they are favored by 3 points. Will Brinson, take a pick.
Oh, the Lamar haters love to come out and talk about how he had won a playoff game. You know what? Once upon a time, people said that about Aaron Rodgers and Matt Ryan, too. It's true. You can't find it on the internet because it's too old, but you can look it up if you want to. People ripped those guys because they couldn't win a playoff game. Lamar is going to win one this week, and he's going to win one by a lot of points because the Tennessee Titans can't stop anybody. I love the prop of over Lamar rushing yards up to 85. Anything under that is free money. He's going to run loose against this team. J.K. Dobbins is going to cut loose. Marquise Hollywood Brown is finally starting to produce for the Ravens. He's going to get deep against a bad Tennessee secondary. The Ravens are going to get up, they're going to lean down, and they're going to run through the Titans over and over again, take Derrick Henry out of the game, and win this one by double digits. Best bet of the weekend, Ravens -3.
I love Baltimore as well, Will Brinson. We're sharing the brain on this one. And look, I think the Lamar conversation is fair because he's only completing half of his passes in 2 playoff games, and, you know, he expects greatness. I talked to him about the playoff struggles before the season started on my SiriusXM radio show. He understands there's pressure on him. I think of all the players playing on Super Wild Card Weekend, no one has more pressure on him than Lamar Jackson, but the way they played down the stretch, 5 straight wins, this is a team that I think legitimately can go to the Super Bowl and win it. It's the debate the order. Chiefs, the Bills, the Packers, and the Baltimore Ravens. I love Derrick Henry, love Tannehill, love A.J. Brown. I really don't like this defense at all for Tennessee. Huge game for Lamar, huge game for J.K. Dobbins. I am going to take the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson to shut up the haters. I've got them winning and covering. I'll take them 27-20. All right, Will Brinson, can't wait for this ball game coming up on CBS. The New Orleans Saints They are at home, favored by 10 points, taking on Mitch Trubisky and the Chicago Bears. Will Brinson, take a pick.
So the trends kind of favor the Bears here, and that was my initial lean. New Orleans hasn't won by double digits in a playoff game in 7 tries, which is kind of crazy, dating back to that 2011 beatdown of the Lions. This could be where they flip that, though, because of one key player, Roquan Smith. He's not going to be out there, it looks like. He's questionable as of Friday for the Bears. If he doesn't play, he's the guy who covers Alvin Kamara. And if you don't cover Alvin Kamara when he comes out of the backfield to be Drew Brees' dump down, it's over. They're going to rip off huge chunk plays in the passing game with Kamara. I think the Saints are going to roll in this.
Game is on CBS. It's also on Nickelodeon, which is awesome. Noah Eagle, Nate Burleson. Can't wait for it. I'm taking the Saints to win and cover. I voted Roquan Smith first team All-Pro, so we're on the same page. This thing turned when Alvin Kamara took to Twitter and said, "See you all Sunday." That's the turning point of the game, that tweet right there. I'd rather have SpongeBob playing quarterback than Mitchell Trubisky. I think the Saints are absolutely going to steamroll the Chicago Bears. Slime for everyone coming up on Nickelodeon. As we look at Saturday's picks, Will Brinson not feeling the love for the Buffalo Bills, told you why they were going to cruise earlier in the show. We're sharing a brain on the Rams, and Will Brinson, for some odd reason, rolling with the football team. Tom Brady's playing in a playoff game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and sure, we've seen this all year long, but now it's January. It's Brady time, and we're so accustomed to seeing Brady in that Patriot uniform and Brady and Belichick. Do I think it matters for Tom Brady? First playoff game, not wearing a Patriot uniform or being tied at the hip with Bill Belichick? Oh, I think it matters. And let me tell you something. We are talking about a guy who is the GOAT because not only the regular season, there's nobody better when it matters the most in the postseason than Tom Brady. And Tom Brady was, at times, good this year, but down the stretch, the rapport he had with his receivers, the ability to throw a beautiful deep ball, something we didn't see earlier in the year, Tom Brady has been great down the stretch. And I don't want to hear, well, it was just the Detroit Lions in Week 16 or just Atlanta last week. You look at what Brown and Godwin have done, the incredible velocity and accuracy, what Brady's done throwing the deep ball didn't look the part earlier in the year. I mean, Tom Brady is going to light up the Washington football team. And listen, it's a great story that Alex Smith is in the playoffs, and we love Ron Rivera and everything that he's been through, but the football team's terrible. And Taylor Heineke is going to play because Alex Smith is not 100%, and they're going to use 2 quarterbacks, and it's a no-brainer to keep Smith healthy. And by the way, they don't have a chance against this strong Buccaneers defense, specifically their front 7. So I think this game is going to be lopsided. It's going to be a bloodbath. I don't think it's going to be close. I'm not convinced it's going to be a sporting event in the second half. Washington, you feel good that they've turned the corner, but they were 7-9 this year. They won the worst division in the history of the National Football League. The GOATs is feeling goatish, and I'm telling you right now, buckle up. It's going to be a lot of fun watching Tom Brady work his playoff magic once again on Saturday nights. The Buffalo Bills march to a Super Bowl begins Saturday on CBS. And that's the mentality for Josh Allen and company. Super Bowl. That's the thought process. This team has been the hottest team in the NFL down the stretch of the season. You know the last time they lost a game? Hail Murray. And that was obviously flukish. Before that, it was the game against Kansas City. The Buffalo Bills are amazing. Josh Allen is incredible. Diggs is incredible. As a combo, they're unstoppable. Diggs led the NFL in terms of the receptions and in terms of the receiving yards. And Brian Daboll, he got my vote for Assistant of the Year, and he's a genius calling plays. And Josh Allen cannot be stopped. And I really respect the Indianapolis Colts defense. You know, even going back to August when I said they were going to have an elite defense, and obviously they have tremendous ball players. DeForest Buckner, named first-team All-Pro. I voted for him. He's a star. Darius Leonard. But Allen's at this level with Diggs, with Beasley, with John Brown, who's back, with Gabe Davis. Josh Allen can't be stopped. The way he throws the ball, the way he hums it, his accuracy. I mean, he's like Greg Maddux meets Nolan Ryan. That's what we're talking about with Josh Allen. And oh, by the way, the Bills, they're playing defense too. That defense has really come into its own down the stretch of the season. There are some numbers that lie. These numbers paint an unbelievable picture. Leslie Frazier has done an incredible job with this defense. Sean McDermott's fingerprints are all over the Buffalo Bills. The entire team, the accountability, and specifically the defense. And I'm telling you, Jonathan Taylor, listen, we talked about it yesterday. This guy was the second best running back from week 13 on in the entire league behind Derrick Henry. Not going to be easy stopping him, but here's how you stop Jonathan Taylor. You jump out to a big lead. Josh Allen told me on my SiriusXM radio show this week that if they win a Super Bowl, I asked him, are you going to jump through a table? He said multiple tables that are lit on fire. Oh, it's going to be pure fire for the Buffalo Bills on CBS tomorrow when they beat the Indianapolis Colts.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.